G'day guys, welcome back. I'm doing another little experiment today. The lovely people at Global Paints have sent me some of their global pouring medium to use. Now, I can safely say that I've never actually used global pouring medium with Global Paints. I've only used it with my glue and water mix. So, I'm going to give it a go today and see what happens. I did mix it initially 1 part pouring medium to 1 part paint because that's what I do with my homemade pouring medium, but it was a bit thick than I would normally use. So I've mixed it 1.5 parts pouring medium to 1 part of the Global Impasto paints. So they've sent me a whole heap of these little bottles to try, 250 mils. So here in this pour, and I'm going to do 2. I'm going to do a ring pour, and then I'm going to add some silicone to the rest of the cups, and I'm going to do a flip cup and see how it goes. It's mixing up really nice and creamy. I've got a white here. I've got some warm yellow. I've got some warm red and cool blue. They didn't send me any turquoise, but I'm just using this one that I've got. It's the turquoise. The turquoise is quite a thin paint. I actually had to add a blob of white to it just to thicken it up. Initially I added more paint, but it seems as if the paint in the bottle is a similar consistency to that. Well, it is a bit thicker, but I couldn't really thicken it up, so I added a blob of white, and now it is pretty much the same consistency. Let's move all these out of the way. I will climb up my little ladder and show you the consistency that I've got for this pour, these pours I should say. There's a little mound. It's the same as what I would have for my usual ring pours or flip cup pours. Why aren't you focusing? Come on, focus. Thank you. So that's it there. Right, let's have a go. Ring pour first, and then flip cup. Hoping they're not too thick. We'll do the ring pour first and see how that goes. I may have to thin them down just a little bit for my flip cup, so we'll see. So no silicone in them at the moment. I'll put the oil over there because I'm not using that just yet. And I'm going to just separate my cool colours from the warm colours with some white. So let's see if I can do 2 layers. I'm not going to need a lot of paint for this little canvas. It's only an 8 by 10 or 20 by 25 centimetre, 8 by 10 inches. But I love these colours. I just have to make sure I don't put the yellow next to the blue, that's all, because, you know, we get green. I'll just pop a little bit more white down just before I add the blue in. We're going to have too much paint. I did, first of all, I did 60 grams of pouring medium and 60 grams of paint. And then, you know, as I said, it was too thick. So then I added more pouring medium. So then I had 90 grams of pouring medium to 60 grams of paint. So I've got 150 grams of mixed paint here. And I thought, yeah, that'll be fine. I can get 2 pours out of that, no problem. Let's move that out of the way. Okay, so I'll do this one first. Look at that. They do look very nice in the cup. They've stayed in their little layers. There's no splitting. So that's a good sign so far. Just going to pinch that. And shall stand here so that you can see the paint coming out, eh? Round and round. Here comes the yellowy, and see the yellow is kind of mixing with the red, so you get pretty shades of the orangey reds and the white, so it's really pretty. Oops, going off to the side a bit. So get a bit closer as you get towards the end of the cup, otherwise you're going to be a little bit wiggly. We're starting to run off already, aren't we? So probably a little bit too much paint. I'm just not used to using such small canvases. Now, just to fix that middle bit, because I blobbed a little bit, we'll just continue that little circle around like that. Just go a little bamboo skewer to do that. Let's do a quick torch to pop some bubbles. Whoa! There we go, popping bubbles, because I've only just made up this paint, so as with all mixes, when you mix paints, you know, they can get a little bit frothy. Okay, well, we've already gone off that side, so let's go down here. I'll go over the edge because I've got plenty of paint. Oops, I've forgotten to turn my notifications off, sorry. Might have to jump up and do that if it's going to continue to do that. Just tipped all my yellow off, didn't I? I'll hang on to my little feet down here. Come back to the middle. And try and keep some of that yellow if I can. Just wipe my hands. Now I've got a lot of blue down here, so I'd like to open these rings up here. So I'm going to take some of that down, and that'll open up some of these here. Actually make a little bit of a feature of that and just go off that corner like so. It doesn't have to be in the middle. Now it's either it goes dead center or try and make a little feature of it and move it over a bit is my thinking. Okay, that's really pretty, isn't it? Very nice. It's lovely and bright. I'll give it that. It's flowed nice and smoothly. Let me get a little tool. Let's pop some blue over here. So it hasn't split, like the white, when I was using the white with my glue and water mix, sometimes the white would split, but it hasn't done that. So that's really good, isn't it? I mean, obviously their pouring medium is made for their paints, so it is going to work. I really had no idea what to expect. I'm trying to find some blue. I just have to use this blue over here. Put on that corner there. And then this corner, I need a bit of the reds. Where will I take it from here? There's a bit of red and yellow. Take that. Actually, I think this red would go better. It's really hard to try and get some matching paint sometimes. I only need a tiny bit. I think that's done. All right, what do you think of that? Oh, I missed a bit. That's that whitey, creamy kind of a colour, isn't it? Let me go around here. Okay, I'm just going to turn off my notifications, just one sec. Okay, that's better, isn't it? Won't get interrupted. Put it on silent. Okay, so let me just have a little look at this. I am happy with the colours. Blue's nice and bright. The turquoise is bright. I'll take it down for a close-up later. But let's get this one done. So this, oh, my gloves. My gloves! I'll put my dirty gloves back on. Waste not, want not. Hey? Just want to see if I can get these to open up a little bit more up here. There. So I like seeing the colours between the rings. So you can actually see, I'll show you later, but you can see the blue through the yellow, through the orange there. So yeah, that's actually looking really pretty. Now, moving on. I'll just keep the consistency the way it is. And I'll layer them, whoops, did it touch? I'll fix that up later. I'll keep the same order with my layering. And I'll add some treadmill silicone for cells. Let's do 3. I'm not going to need all this paint. You can just have 2 because you're not as much paint in there. I guess I had a little bit too much paint for the ring pour. I tipped most of it off. As you saw, you know, I was pouring the ring and it was like pouring off the side already, so I'll have to have another go at that. But I do like the smooth, creamy feel to this mix. I can feel that it is different to my glue and water mix. Okay, so let's start. Some blue. And the turquoise. So I've got a few experiments to do today. This is just one of them. I do want to do a big wandering pour, like in these colours, my Phoenix colours. I've had a lot of people asking about it recently. My colours for the Phoenix and how I did it, and I think I'm going to add the white again, just because the red, this reddish colour with the blue is going to give us more of a purple kind of a tone. So I'll just pop a little bit of white there in between. I'll go for 2 layers. I know there's probably going to be way too much paint, but I usually use the 12 by 16 inch or 30 by 40 centimetre, and these 2 little ones are probably, you could fit both of those into that one pour. Oh, look at that, I've got enough for another pour. Might have to do another one. Might be a 3-for-1 today. So I would normally use between 500 and 600 grams of mixed paint for that big canvas. Let's have a look and see what this weighs. If it's about 250, it should be fine. 255, look at that. Is she any good? 255. All right. All right, let's just flip this baby over, hey? I didn't spray the cup this time. I've actually got little cells popping up in here. If that's an indication of how the cells are going to form, then this should look quite nice. But I'm actually really impressed the white has stayed separate, so That's good. I actually don't know how much a bottle of this costs. I'll have to have a look. I'll try and find out where you guys can get it from too. But I don't think it's available outside of Australia. Maybe if Global want to branch out and sell it internationally, it might work for them. All right, let's do this one, hey? Let's just flip it over. Oh, that's nice and bright, isn't it? Oh, don't run away just yet. Now pop a little bit on the corners. Come around, make sure you never take a drippy cup or drippy hands over the top of your paws. Always go around. Okay. Now I'm just going to turn this around so that I can just tilt a little bit to cover that's a little bit more of the surface. And then I will torch. It's a pity I'm going to lose some of that gorgeousness just there. All right, let's torch and see what happens. Now you behave, torch, no flaming, please. Be on your best behaviour today. Just torching really up quite high because I'm not sure how reactive this pouring medium is. So I don't want to get too close just yet. But then, you know me, I don't get too close with any of my torches, regardless of what I'm using. I don't like to get too close. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Just give the cells a few seconds to grow. Now that's going to have to go, that big blob. Don't like that. So let's go off to that corner first. See if I can get that blob to go. Goodbye. Thanks for coming. Back to the middle. Change directions. Go off to that corner down there. Back to the middle. Just carefully turn you around. I'll hold on to the feet down here. And go off to this corner here. I really like those cells on that corner. I don't want to lose too many of those. And back to the other side. Just recenter it again a little bit. And then go off to that opposite side there, and then we're nearly done. Okay. Just bring that weight of the paint back to the middle. I don't like to leave it sitting on one side. I like to always recenter it. I'm just trying to get my cells all to be a similar size. Okay. Let's have a look at the cells, shall we? The white, as you can see, is doing something weird. It's kind of blooming there. These red cells have got like a white ring around them. They're pretty. The orange have got a red ring around them. They're pretty. This white one here again is kind of doing the splitting thing. Looks like cotton wool. I'll take you down for a close-up so that you can see what I'm talking about. I was hoping that using the same pouring medium with the same brand paint, it wouldn't do that, but it seems that I've only had problems with the white paint. I don't know what's happening with the global white paint. I've been using it for like 2 years and it never used to do this. It's just recently that the white started to do that, so I'm not sure. I think they're working on it. Hopefully they'll get to the bottom of it and just see what's happening with it. Right, let me get my gloves off and I'll take you down for a close-up. The one on the left looks as if it's half in shadow and half in the sunshine, doesn't it? It's got that double look to it. Turn off my lights. Okay. Now this one, I'm really happy with this one. I think it's turned out really pretty. Let's see if we can focus. Look at those separation in the rings. It's really pretty, isn't it? And down there as well. Very fine lines. They've kept their shape really well. They've kept their definition really nice. And up here. Over the edge. Rings continue down over the edge. It's really pretty. Happy with that one. This one, not as happy. I like the colour blending, like it's got really pretty blending of the colours in the background. As I said, these red cells and orange cells against that turquoise background are just amazing. But I just don't know what the white's doing there. Unfortunately, it's kind of spoilt it, having the white do that. I don't know why it does that. Maybe if Global fix the white and send me some of the new batch of white, I can have another go. Because I think it will be really amazing, you know, if the white didn't do that, because it's spoilt a lot of the cells. But the colours have stayed really vibrant, which is, I think, is really nice. So, what I'm going to do is, I've got some more paint here. I'm going to leave the white out, and I'm going to do another little flip cup, just with the remaining colours. Okay, so just hang on a minute, and I'll just get another canvas organised. Righto, another canvas, just a little one, another 8x10, another cup. Now, you white, you can go and sit over there in the naughty corner and just watch the other kids playing, okay? Because you are just being naughty today. Now, I'm separating my yellow from the blue. It should be okay with the turquoise, shouldn't make too much mud. But let's go again with the layering, hey? Hopefully I've got enough paint here to give a few layers. I'll try for 3. I guess you don't have to use white. You know, I tend to put white in most pours unless I'm doing a really dark sort of mysterious looking pour. I tend to put white in all of them. But I guess you don't have to. We'll see what this one looks like with no white, because those other cells are really amazing. It's just the white that's let the painting down in that instance. So if you do want to have a go at using the, if you're in Australia and you've got some global paints, have a go at using the global pouring medium. Because now that Elmer's glue oil is so expensive to bring into the country, the global pouring medium may well be quite cost effective, especially when, like I used to, when Riot was near me. It's shut now in the Sunshine Coast, but when it was near me, I used to wait for the half price sales and then go in and get whatever I needed. So maybe that's a good option, if you'd like to try it. Wait until the sales are on and then grab yourself a bottle and have a play. Might as well finish this paint off, hey? Not enough to do another pour, so might as well use it up. I do like these colours. They're some of my favourite colours together. And I think oranges and turquoises, they're just so magical. They're just so beautiful, aren't they? Really pretty together. You just have to make sure that if you're using these colours that your mix is thick enough, because if it's too thin they'll just blend too much and the colours will run into each other and they'll just turn really muddy. So you do need to make sure that your consistency is right. Oh, I didn't think I was going to be able to do that. Such a full cup. Now I don't need to wait for the paint to run down. It's got nowhere to run to. It's already sitting on the end of the cup there. Righto, let's do this. It's looking much more orange, isn't it, without the white in there. This time. Give it a little bit of a tilt around. Okay, now let's torch. See what happens. Popping bubbles. Again, don't want to get too close because I might get caterpillars coming up. That's those little run of cells all in a row and it looks like a little centipede or a caterpillar. So just don't get too close with your torch, because that will happen. I can't actually pop all my bubbles at the moment because I don't want to get any closer. So the bubbles are just going to have to stay there for now. I may be able to torch them later. Okay. It's a totally different look, isn't it, without having the white separating some of the colours. The orange seems to have really taken over. So definitely not as bright, I guess. The white I did use to separate my blues from my reds. But I guess without the white being there, they've come into contact with each other and maybe muddied a little bit more than they would have if I had the white in there. Okay. I'm just checking my composition. I just want to move paints down a little bit. Just a bit. It's moving well. See, I moved right up to that bottom corner there and my cells stayed in shape. So that's a good sign. Being able to, you know, move all around without things losing their shape. So what do you think of that one? They're totally different, aren't they? Same colours, well, one's without the white. So the white has made that one obviously a lot more brighter. This one's more of a moody looking painting. Still pretty. Now, where's my little tool gone? What did I do with you, little tool? Oh, there you are over there. Let's fix these corners. And then I'll take you down for a close-up. And you can see what you think. Is that corner covered? I can't see the other side. I have to go around the other way and have a little look. That's done. Oops, I need a bit of blue for this one. There we go, just use that. Is that canvas just there? Or is that white? I think that's canvas just there. Okay. Oops. Someone's just pulled up in my driveway. It's probably another courier. What could they possibly have for me, hey? Some paints. Oh, no. All right, I'll just put you on pause. I'll go and see the courier. I'll be right back. I'm back. So, two totally different paintings, hey? I actually quite like the one on the right without the white in it. Let me take you down for a close-up. And I'll see if I can show you the type of cells that we're getting. So we are getting the rings around the cells that I do like. There's that turquoise around some red, and then it's got some more turquoise in the middle, and then down there on the side we've got like a yellow ring around some orangey red. Oh, there's some there that have got, you've got a few colours around you, haven't you? Very nice. Same there. Oh, look at those. It's got the dark blue and then the turquoise and then the red. So it's got 3 rings. And then we've got the turquoise and the orange up there. So it is making multicoloured cells, which is very nice to see. Try and focus a little bit better. It's hard when you use your phone, isn't it? To focus. So there you go. Happy with that one. Obviously no white in that one, so it hasn't split. But yeah, I think that's just, you know, up to Global just to maybe have another look at their white paint. And if they get that sorted, then yeah, send me some. I'd love to try it again. And hopefully it won't do that. It's only with the white paint that does that I've found. And if you've been watching my videos, you'll have seen me do many videos talking about the white paint. But anyway, there we go. Hope you've enjoyed that. Hope you've learnt something. Yeah, have a go. That ring pour was just amazing with the global pouring medium. It didn't split. But then maybe it's just because it's being sort of overstretched. Maybe it needs a little bit more pigment or binders. I don't know. It seems when you stretch the white in the cell, it splits. But it didn't do it in the ring pour. So if you're a ring pour person, go grab yourself some global pouring medium and yeah, have a play. I'm very happy with that ring actually. I'll certainly be using that again for my ring pours. So, all right. Anyway, enough of me waffling on. I will see you all for the next video. Bye for now.